Hi guys, so I am back with another video, and this time I have taken the song What is Hip by Tower of Power. And reason behind me doing this video is recently I started practicing this song because when I heard this song I instantly recognized this is going to be a huge workout for me for my 16 notes, and nailing this song would of course help me better my 16 notes playing. That is one thing. And also after I transcribed the song I realized this is a complete package with respect to harmony, the 16 notes, and also the string crossing that you will be dealing with these 16 notes, etc. So this song is a great exercise for so many things of or so many aspects of your technique that you can perfect by just practicing the song. But rather than boring exercises, this is going to be super fun as well because you're playing the song while you are getting these techniques right. Now while I'm doing that, I would say I'm not yet there. I'm still practicing. I still want my notes to be sharper and very clearer at one single go, and that's where I am heading towards. But while I did that, I just wanted to do this quick video to show you how I heard this song, how I deconstructed it, and how I'm going about practicing this song. So why I mentioned so many eyes is because this is not a Bible of, hey, this is how you play What is Hip by Tower of Power, or this is the harmony in this song. This is what I hear. So rather than treating this as a tutorial, it would be great if you can actually go back and listen to this song and pick what you hear as well and challenge me on if I heard this right, if I have deconstructed this right. So without any more talking, let me directly jump into this song. So how I approach this song is, of course, I broke it down to sections, and that's how I'm planning to do this video as well. So the first section is going to be the intro. Let's just have a quick listen to it, and then I'll show you what is happening and how I went about decoding it. So as you can see, pretty much there are a constant 16 notes from the bass, which is grooving so hard with the drums. And also there are a couple of punches from horns. And as you can see, let me just play that part alone. So when these punches come, there is a subtle variation in those 16 notes the bass is playing. That is, of course, none other than Rocco Prestia. We will just observe how beautifully it complements those punches that's coming. Of course, he could have held with these 16 notes, but what happens here is, as you can quickly see, this is the intro sequence. The standard straight 16 notes of course, the harmony is E minor 7, so the bass is playing. But one quick change there is it's not just the open 16 notes, but it's the closed E. It's a closed 16 note groove. It's when I meant closed, sorry, it's a muted 16 note groove. That's exactly what is happening there. And whenever the punches come, exactly at the end of every 2 bars, these punches from the horns come in. So that's where there is a slight variation where he plays. So it's basically 1 octave, 1 5. So it's like. So this is what is happening there. And now we will see how, rather than just keeping on with the 16 note pulse, this slight variation is beautifully complementing the horn punches right in the intro. As you can see, whenever these punches come, that the pulse of the octave and then giving the bass from the fifth, it is like how do I explain this? I mean, you can just feel it, right? The bass just pumps out just with the horns and then move back into the dominant and come back to the root. So that's so beautiful to listen to it. Of course, Rocco wouldn't have had such a thought process where he would have thought the octave and the dominant to come back and sit, but it would have been in his instinct. Just deconstructing it, we can see how well this works, and taking information like this, of course, we can reuse it. Now quickly moving to the verse part of it, the intro repeats and then we move into the verse. Let me quickly play that for you. So you wanna jump out your trick bag and ease on into hip bag, but you ain't just exactly sure what's hip. Starting to let you You just heard amazing 16 notes there. And of course, it's all in E minor 7. I'm going to even break the verse into multiple parts, quickly showing you what just happened there. The first part of the verse, I'm sorry about that. Okay. The first part of the verse is the same groove that's going on, whatever you saw in the intro. That is basically 16 notes. The first two bars is pretty much the same, and then that's where the magic happens. What happens there is, you know this groove by now. So after that is done, so what Rocco does is to add some spice. Of course, he adds a lot of chromatics in. So the groove goes like, so I'm from the 11th bar, that's where I'm reading. So basically it's 1 E and there is a light mute there. Then it's D, D, E, E, C sharp, E, E. Then D, D, D sharp, E, E. Then it's basically flat 7, 7, 1. Then 4 sharp 4, 5. Then back to, which is something that you are used to by now. So this is the whole groove that repeats. The first from the 9th to the 12th bar is what repeats 2 times. And as you can see, the whole groove is the second bar. So that's what is pretty much is happening there. That goes on twice, and let's see how it goes with the song now.
So you wanna jump out your trick bag and ease on into hip bag, but you ain't just exactly sure what's hip. Started to let your hair go, spend big bucks to cop your wardrobe, but somehow you know there's much more to the trip. What is hip? Tell me, you think you know? What is hip? You really hip? You pass it.
Okay, I did play a little bit of the second part as well, which of course I'm going to deconstruct for you guys. And the second part is where basically the chorus kicks in. After twice of what we discussed.
What is hip? Tell me, you think you know? What is hip?
Okay, let's take until here. So what happens here is, of course, after playing twice of this, now we are moving to the 13th bar. Okay, quickly deconstructing what happened there. So I'm just going to continue from the 12th bar, so it's kind of very clear. So what just exactly happened here is, let me go slowly and read the 13th bar out for you guys. So the first 16 note of the 13th bar is a tie from the 12th bar end. So it is from the 12th bar end, 12th bar 4th let's say beat. So it is 4 E and 1 E and so that's a tie. And then from from the second beat of the 13th bar is the octave E. Basically it's 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and so there is a 8th note here, then back to 16th note, 8th note, 16 notes and 8th note, right? So together this is what makes the first part of the chorus. And then moving to, basically what happens here is the change moves from E minor 7 to C7. So that is why there is a E minor, then there is a hold on B, which kind of leads to the C there, right? Which is going to the 5th of E, then it leads to the C there. So that's what you see. And the C is, in C7, the groove is. So what just happened here is 1 E and C, 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 G, C, 2 E and then 3 E and so it's 8th note, 3 E and 16 notes, 3 E and 3 E, C and E, E. Those two 16 notes are low E. Then in the song, of course, there is a mute. What I hear is a mute of 2 muted note, but you can also play a G instead of the muted note because it falls in C7, and so it'll be like. You can do that, or you can just play the muted because it adds a nice punch there. then comes back to E. Let me just play this whole part for you guys before I move to the next section, so it's very clear.
But somehow you know there's much more to the trip. What is hip? Tell me, you think you know. What is hip? If you
That's basically what we just discussed. All right, moving to the next part, let me play that first and then show you what's going on in that.
what is hip? If you really hip, the past in the years was strong. You in a hip trip. Maybe hip in the hip. What is hip?
Let me again deconstruct that. So basically what happens is after the C7 we come back to the E minor 7, and this is where we come back to E and octave 8th note to E and then there is a change to B7. So how beautifully Rocco does this is he's playing E, E, G sharp, then E, 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 G sharp, A. So it's A, octave A. So both our first two notes are 16 notes. So 3 E and 4 E and then moves to B7. So he sets this A, leads to B. So so the first B7 is B B B. So it's 1 E and so that's exactly what you see here. 1 E and then it's A sharp B. That's all 16 notes. So da 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 da. Then there is a 16 note rest. Then we can see this. There is a E minor 7 over B chords. So what happens here is da 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 da. Ba, 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 ba. From here we are moving to the E minor 7, right? And so what happens here is once you play this part, there is 16 note rest and then all throughout 16 note, and this is a tie here. And let me explain what happens there is first this part B7 da 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 da, the rest, then da da da, yeah sharp B, sharp B. So what happens there is E and 4 E and 4 E and that and is D, basically leading to the E minor 7 that is going in there. So that's exactly what happens. So let me play this whole section, that is from the E minor 7 to the E minor 7 over B, which leads to the E minor 7 back.
What is hip? Tell me, you think you know. What is hip? If you really hip, the past in the years was strong. You in a hip trip. Maybe hip in the hip. What is hip?
So once we are done with this, now we are moving back to E. So 1 E and there is a rest, and is a rest. Then D sharp E, that's this D sharp E. Then again rest. Da 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 da. 3 is a rest, E and then 4 is a rest. Then we have E F. It kind of leads to a D major 7 over F sharp, so that's why the F leads to the F sharp here, and the F sharp plays the same pattern. So as you can see, if I play this together, E D sharp E, da 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 da. So the last time what happens is the first few bars is the same as what you saw in E, da 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 da. Then it's the same. 3 is the rest, and E and 4 E. Then there's just a punch 4 E. So it's E and 4 E. Then it moves to the G. What happens is the G7. So it is da 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 da. So it is G B C sharp D E G. So that's what you see here. G B C sharp D E G. So it repeats thrice, and then we move to the final bar where it's again the same thing 3 times, and the fourth time first 1 E and a 2 E, and the first 2 beats is the same. So da, 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 da. So then it's 3E. So 3E is G, then and is G sharp, sorry, F sharp, and then and so it is. So 3E and 4E and that ta is back to the E minor. So let me play the whole thing again for you guys.
But somehow you know there's much more to the trip. What is hip? Tell me, you think you know? What is hip? You really hip? The past in the years was shown. You in a hip trip, maybe hip in the hip. What is hip?